Okay, I'm finally making the video for the part 2 of the roof drain system, the rain gutter drain, downspout, yard drain system. So I got it all dug in on this side, so let's walk around and I'll explain what I'm doing. So here's my house, and I don't have the rain gutters on yet because I wanted to get the yard drain installed first, because I want to have sidewalks up against the house, and I don't just want the water to come splashing down from the downspout on the sidewalk. So what I done is I dug in all these drain lines. The pipe, as you saw in the last video, it's the SDR 35 sewer and drain pipe, and I have my downspout adapters covered right here because I don't want my kids to throw dirt down there. It's got the clean out on every single one of them, so that clean out is also acting kind of like a fail safe. So if for some reason the yard drain doesn't go, all I have to do is open the clean out like this one. It's not coming off very easy because I don't have my tool, but so what would happen is if those clog up, the water would drain out there instead of clogging up in my rain gutters, okay? But that's not going to happen. And I have 5 of these downspout receivers where my downspouts are going to come down, okay? And then in the last video I showed when my excavation was open, I dug this in all by hand, and I showed you that I was putting the little inlet basins in, okay? The reason I'm doing that, it's not for me, it's for my neighbor, because her basement floods. And since I've had this in, we had a really big rainstorm last week, and she said her basement hasn't flooded. So on the fence here, I put just down a piece of plywood just temporarily until I can put a new fence in. She and I want a new fence, and I'm going to put it up on a concrete, like a concrete base or a concrete mow strip or whatever, so now all the water will just collect against there and slide in like I was talking about last time, okay? So the reason I filled all this in is I have my kids here, and I don't want them to fall in the trench. Otherwise, I would have left it open and filmed more of the open excavation, because last time I wasn't all the way done. I think I was to this point in my last video, and you saw the string, and I put all the little catch basins on the string line, okay? So then after that video, what I did is I dug all this down, came over here, went through that tree stump, cut out all those roots, what was a pain, cut out all the roots for this tree, which it's probably gonna die, and I'm sorry for that, but those roots were in my way, and if it dies, we'll cut it down. But if it doesn't die, then we'll leave it there, okay? Now, what you're seeing here, using my pop-up emitters, these little 6 green circles down there, and where all this is, there's a 4-foot by 4-foot hole by 8 feet deep, okay? Now, as far as cinematic purposes, I really should have filmed that, and I should have shown myself down there. And then also, under this bucket, there's a 10-foot, 8-inch, 10-foot pipe installed vertically in the ground, okay? So the hole was so deep I couldn't get out. I had to put a ladder down, and I was throwing dirt up to my boy, and then he would throw it out that way, okay? So let me talk to you about why I did it like this. My drain lines, they're, 2 to 3 feet deep, and the reason I did that is because I like to put my garden in, which I've started my little garden over there, and I don't want to hit it with the rototillers. So that's why I went so deep, okay? It was a whole lot of work, a whole lot of digging, a lot of throbbing body aches every day, but it's all in now. And it is going to settle, but I'll just have to keep coming out here and throwing more dirt on top of it till it gets done settling, okay? So the reason I went so deep is because I don't have a good way to outlet it to the street, okay? Because then I would have to cut the whole tree down right now. Plus, I probably wouldn't have enough fall anyway since I went so deep, okay? So this is going into, you could call it an energy dissipation basin, or a dry well, or a hole full of gravel, because that's all it is, okay? So I lined it with the filter fabric, and then I filled it with crushed concrete and gravel all the way up. So now what my plan is, every time we get a horrible downpour, then the water is going to come out of those pop-up emitter valves. Okay, that's my fail-safe. I probably don't need those, okay? Because what you're not seeing is there's an elbow down there, probably about 2 or 3 feet down at the bottom of the trench like I was talking about. And in that elbow, that 90-degree elbow, I drilled holes in it because I would rather have the water go down than come up, all right? So then, if there's just tons and tons of water, and it's just coming out faster than it'll go down, it'll come out those pop-up valves. I don't think that's going to happen, because under this soil, once I get 2 or 3 feet down, then it's all just sand, okay? So I think it's going to percolate pretty well, and I don't even know if water's ever going to come up out of those pop-up emitters, okay? I tried to get this as far away from my house as I could. See that? Now I can't really go too much farther than I'm into the little sidewalk and all that and blah blah blah, but I think it'll be okay right there. Now, before, the water was going right up next to my foundation. Not really, I mean, it's because my yard slopes this way, so it all goes downhill that way towards the neighbor's house. But now I'm getting all that water and I'm putting it right here, okay? So then, let me tell you more about this 8-inch pipe. If the dry well fills up, all I have to do is take off this bucket. This is just there for safety so the kids don't put their leg down in it. And so I just have to take that off, and I will drop my sump pump down there, and I can sump out the dry well if I ever want to. If I need to take water out to the cattle or throw it on a wildfire, you know, not that I ever want to do that, but I can extract the water from this dry well with my sump pump, okay? So there you have it. This side's done. Well, I should say this end, because now I have to go clear over to the back of the house, and I got to do the same thing that way, okay? But I'm not gonna bring those lines this way. I'm gonna take those lines that way towards that red pickup, okay? So anyway, if anybody wants to comment on my drain system, I hope they're informed comments, and I hope you have a video to back up how you've done it better. I'm not saying I'm the best storm drain installer. This is just kind of my idea, and I'm sure there's better out there, you know, maybe a civil engineer or whatever. If you want to comment, that's fine, but I need you to back up your comments with a video that you've done better so I can learn from your system. And I appreciate that. I'm putting myself out there, taking a risk. This is free, so if you like it, thank you. If you subscribed, then that's why I make these videos. Just I'm paying back to YouTube because I've taken so much from there. So keep your comments respectful, and thank you for watching my video. Bye.